this edition of Dave Rabbit at the Movies. Today we're going to review the movie called The Box. It's a Richard Kelly movie. Comes out November 6, 2009. Made by Warner Brothers Pictures and Radar Pictures. It stars Cameron Diaz, James Marsden, and my all-time favorite bad guy actor, Frank Langella. And you know, if you don't know anything about this movie, let me give you a simple demonstration. You know, it's a perfect movie for the economy and the times that we live in today. So many people out of work, nationwide, not only nationwide, worldwide. And you know, people are, you know, two jobs, they're getting laid off. They're using unemployment benefits. You know, Congress is trying to do this, Congress is trying to do that. Okay, all of a sudden, whatever your personal circumstances are, knock, knock, knock on the door. You open the door, and here's Frank Langella with all his little scar-faced look and appearance. And he comes up to you, and he says, "Hey, here's the deal. I'm going to give you an opportunity that you can't refuse." It sounds like a hitman for a mobster movie, but you know, here's the deal. He opens up a briefcase, he shows you $1 million cash. No IRS, no investigation, liquid cash. $1 million. And then he says, this box contains this little apparatus here, and it has a button on it. Now here's your choice. If you press the button, someone that you don't know in the world dies. But if you press the button, you get the $1 million cash. Now stop and think about this. Whatever your personal circumstances are, obviously it has a lot to do with your religious beliefs and whatever, but whatever your personal circumstances are, stop just for a second and put yourself in that position. $1 million cash in front of you, a button that you could push, it could kill a criminal, it could kill whoever. Would you do it? That's the paradox. That's the absolute beauty of this movie. Now, you know what's really amazing is when I watched it with a couple of friends last night in Rabbit Hole Studios, we got to talking about it. And, you know, the thing about it is it reminded all three of us, and of course we're all about my age, 61, but the great thing about it was that we kind of had flashbacks to the original Rod Serling's The Twilight Zone. I'm not talking about the remakes, the color, I'm talking about the old black and white. And I don't remember the actor's name. I can visualize him seem just as plain as the nose on my face. But there was one particular episode that I remember so well, and I thought of it immediately when I saw this movie last night, and that is the one where there's this guy that has a hometown newspaper or whatever, and he's really struggling, he's really having some problems, and you know, he's got money problems and whatever, and all of a sudden this guy comes and he becomes a press man. You know, in other words, he's writing the copy for the papers back in those days. They had manual typesetting or kind of semi-automatic typesetting. And once he starts, the circulation starts booming, the guy gets successful, and that's because this guy's the devil, you know, from hell, and everything that he puts that is news actually takes place. It actually happened. So the paradox of that is that, you know, the guy wished to be successful. He wanted all the fame and the glory and the money and all the other stuff, but at what cost do you make that decision to press the button? At what cost do you press the button? Is it worth $1 million to, you know, that someone dies in the world? I don't know, but that's the beauty of this movie. You know, I'm telling you, Richard Kelly did a marvelous job. And you know, the thing that I think love most about this movie is you kind of, you know, I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to really figure out where we're going with this movie and the subplot and the subplayers and stuff. I mean, it's not a rocket science kind of thing, but it does make you stop and ponder, what would I do? And that is what makes this, as I said before, a great movie. Is it a 4 Rabbit Up movie? No. Is it a 3 Rabbit Up movie? Absolutely. Is it worth your time to go and see it in a big screen theater? Do you get your money's worth in entertainment value? Absolutely. This movie is a good, solid movie. I kind of label it in the horror genre, science fiction genre, macabre genre, whatever you want to do. It's really kind of creepy. Now, when I first heard, before I ever saw it, that Cameron Diaz was going to have the lead in this thing, I still can't get the image of her from There's Something About Mary, where she's got her hair with the product in it, if you know what I'm talking about. I mean, it's awful hard to picture her in this kind of horror movie scenario, but you know, I was pleasantly surprised. She really carries it off. She really showed me a different side of her that I have not seen before in any of the things that she's done, and I was pleasantly pleased with what she portrays and that panic moment, that panic-stricken mentality of fear and anguish. Whatever decision that you're going to make, you're going to have consequences. And that's what the paradox of this movie is. Regardless of what decision they make or don't make, they're going to have consequences. And that is the absolute beauty of this thing. You don't just walk away from temptation, folks. You have to decide one way or the other. You know, if you walk away, you're making a conscious decision, and that could cost you big time. For those of you that haven't seen the trailer, here it is, and then we'll come right back.
Hi, Miss Lewis. Morning, boys.
Why does the bus stop have to be in the front of my driveway?
So I can watch my little Walter get on the bus in one piece.
I don't know what she'd do without you.
I don't know what I'd do without her.
We're already living paycheck to paycheck.
We're gonna have to move.
I'm sorry about the job, Arthur.
You gotta be kidding me.
Mrs. Lewis, I assume you received the box.
I'd have an offer to make. If you push the button, 2 things will happen. First, someone somewhere in the world whom you don't know will die. Second, you will receive a payment of $1 million. You have 24 hours.
Did you get a chance to run that license plate number?
Hello, Norma. I hope he isn't playing detective. I have quite a few employees.
Somebody pushing your buttons?
What if he say no?
There are always consequences.
He's testing you.
We have to save your son or your wife is gonna die. How's she gonna die? You're going to kill her.
What we want to do, Norma?
Well, as I said, a creepy movie. It's going to be a very entertaining movie. I think it'll be one that you will really enjoy. This is one where I would definitely, if you're married, take the wife. If you have a girlfriend, take the girlfriend. If you're wanting to have a great first date movie, I think this is it.